What happened to hello? How are you? My name is. What happened to that?
What? Who does she think she is? Be when they discover you've died.
If he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that can happen to a girl who's already hurt?
Another day, another book. This is what I'm reading today.
You have a smooth brain. No ridges or lumps or valleys or bumps. All ideas slide right off, like a water slide.
Is there alcohol in this?
Oh, God, honey, no. What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want a little bit? Because if you're going to drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
Oi, go. Oi, more passion, more passion, more passion, more energy, more energy, more footwork, more footwork, more footwork, more passion, more energy.
I have no kingdom, no dragons, no enemies to defeat. But for a few moments, for a few pages, I can pretend.
Okay, BookTok, here's another challenge for you. First, show me a book that has flowers on the cover. Next, show me a book that has 3 words in the title. Next, show me a book that has a number in the title. Then show me a book that's by an author that you've never read before. And finally, show me the book that you're currently reading. Now go read it.
Alright, I've been seeing all over my For You page people watching this show called The Secret Life of the American Teenager. So out of curiosity, I started it. And it's just gotten to a point where I can't not film my reaction. This show is fucking ridiculous. I'm on like episode 9 or 10 or something like that in the first season. So we're gonna see where this goes. Also, just really quick, what the fuck is wrong with Amy? Like, what is her problem?
New BookTok tag, TBR edition. First, show me a book that's been on your TBR the longest. Now show me any new addition or additions to your TBR list. Show me the book that you said you'd read next 5 books ago. Show me the book that you're most excited to read. Show me the book or series that you're nervous to read because you're afraid it won't live up to the hype. Show me a book you know you're going to love, you just haven't got around to reading it yet. Show me a book you bought just because the cover's pretty. And lastly, show me a series that you own in its entirety and you still haven't read the first book yet.
Does anyone else genuinely hate when an author, hints at an unplanned pregnancy, but then it ends up not being pregnancy? Unplanned pregnancy has got to be the worst trope of all time. I will DNF any book that has an unplanned pregnancy. I hate it. It immediately ruins the whole thing for me. It's over. But, hinting at it, and then it turns out to not be that, and then I was all stressed out for no reason. I almost DNF'd your book. What are we doing? No, stop.
This is my December TBR. First up is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. I heard this book is hilarious, and it's about a woman who gets stuck in a Christmas time loop and has to figure out how to stop it. Next is The Rewind, and I heard this book is basically just like the movie The Hangover, but in a book. Then there's Icebreaker. Hockey means winter, means Christmas. I don't care. Then we have 'Tis the Season for Revenge. I don't know much about this book other than that my girlfriend wants me to read it, and all she said when she handed it to me was, "You better not ever cheat on me." So, terrified. Last up is All I Wanted Was Sushi, but I got abducted by aliens instead. Also, no idea what this book is about, but my girlfriend told me to read it, so naturally I'm scared. Between us, if she wants me to read it, it's probably super smutty. All right, that is my December TBR. Okay, so I usually read like 3 books at a time. I know some people think that's weird, but I like it. So I'm going to show you guys my 3 current reads. All right, the first one's weird. Don't judge me, but it's called Stuffed, and it's a pillow romance. It's super short. It's only like 80 pages, and it is weird. Next, I'm reading Too Scared to Sleep. This is just a bunch of short stories, and at the end of each of them, there's a QR code, and you can watch what you just read. Honestly, this book is fucking sick, but the short stories are a little bit too scary for me. Lastly, I'm reading The Coworker by Frida McFadden. This book is just kind of like an office, workplace, red rum / like who did it thriller. I just love Frida McFadden. I love everything she does, and at any given time, I'm probably going to be reading a Frida book. All right, so those are my 3 current reads, and if you guys have read them, let me know how you liked them. And if you haven't read them, I highly suggest you go start right now, especially this one, because it's fucking weird. This is almost every single book that I've read so far this year, and I'm going to recommend them with just a simple yes or no. Ugly Love, Colleen Hoover, no. The Housemaid, Frida McFadden, yes. The Housemaid's Secret, Frida McFadden, fuck yes. Verity, Colleen Hoover, yes. Credence, Penelope Douglas, yes. Hooked, Emily McIntyre, yeah. Shutout, Avery Keelan, yes. The Inmate, Frida McFadden, no. I'm sorry for that last one. Riding the Headless Horseman, yes. Too Scared to Sleep, Andrew Duplessis, yeah. Oh yeah. 4 Strings, CC Kensington, I'll give it a yeah. I'll give it a yeah. All right, that is almost every single book that I have read so far this year. I fully expect to be roasted, so just have at it. These are thriller books I heard are gonna fuck you up. The Kind Worth Killing. Guy gets on a plane and he sits next to this random woman, and then he ends up talking about how much he wants to unalive his wife. And then she's like, yeah, we should do it. I'll help you. Murder in the Family. A dude named Luke Ryder is just found dead in his garden. This book doesn't have just normal dialogue. It actually is full of news articles and text messages and basically just a bunch of evidence, and you have to sift through all of that to find out who did it. No exit. A girl is driving on the freeway and then there's a storm, so she has to get off the freeway. So she comes across this weird building with nothing but a coffee maker, a vending machine, and 4 random strangers. And then, if that's not weird enough, in the back of one of the cars, there's a girl locked in a crate. So she has to figure out what the fuck's going on. Midnight is the Darkest Hour. The inside blurb literally says that this book is for fans of Verity. So, like, do I even need to say more? What the fuck? A couple months ago, I DNF'd Credence after the couch scene, and I just recently finished it. And let me tell you, chapter 23 was a fucking trip. I finished the book. I gave it a 3 stars. Go ahead and hate me. I can't do Taboo. I can't. But we're not here for a book review. No. we're here to talk about that one chapter. I saw where this was gonna go, and I was begging her. Please make up your mind before we go down this road. Please. Eventually, I accepted the fact that this was just gonna happen, and I just had to get through it. As a man reading that, you have to understand the level of confusion. I thought they were in Colorado, not fucking Paris. Oh, better yet, Alabama. I have a love-hate relationship with this book, and it's mostly hate. If you're a thriller junkie like me, then you need to read this book that just came out. It's so fast-paced too, which I love, and I feel like it's just really hard to find a good fast-paced book these days. The book in question is The Coworker by Frida McFadden. Two women in an office, and there's a red rum, if you know what I mean. No joke, I started this book like an hour ago. I'm already on chapter 5, and I just found out my girlfriend is also reading it, and she's on like chapter 3, so we're gonna buddy read it. This shit will grip you immediately. The prologue is like an email thread, and that shit was intense. So like I said, if you need a good thriller book, you need to go grab The Coworker by Frida McFadden right now. I'm telling you, if you don't, you're missing out, because at this point, Frida's books just keep getting better and better and better. At this point, my page is just a Frida McFadden fan page. These are books my girlfriend says I'm not allowed to touch under any circumstance. Part 2. First up is her signed copy of Credence. Penelope Douglas signed it and mailed it to her personally, and I know for a fact that Callie loves this more than me. Next up is The Origin's Daughter. This book is really special to Callie because she has a quote on the front cover. Why am I doing this again? Next is Bonesmith. I've never heard of this book, but she likes it because of the edges and the artwork on the inside. Last is Threads That Bind. This one has the edges and the artwork on the inside as well. And then if you take the dust jacket off, you got like, this is pretty cool. She's gonna be so mad. Holy shit, the dust jacket's reversible. That's so cool. All right, well, she's gonna be pissed again.
We've had girl math. We've had boy math. This is book math. Part 2. Number 1. If you DNF a book and you imagined your own ending, then you basically finished it. Number 2. If you get a book using your Audible credits, that book was actually free. Number 3. If you only have the hardcover version of a book, you do not actually own that book until you buy the paperback. Number 4. If you have Kindle Unlimited, then every book in the world is now free. Number 5. If you reread a book that you read like a while ago, that actually counts as reading another book. Number 6. If you lend a friend a book and they don't give it back to you, so you have to go and buy it again, you actually didn't lose any money because you're just lending people books. Number 7. If you buy 5 different versions of the same book, all with different covers, that actually counts as one book because you're just collecting.